Saudi Arabia is going through one of the fastest transformations in the world right now. Is that true?
That's why we are here. Many of my friends already been here and they really amazed. So that's true.
Tourism is expected to reach 150 million visitors annually by 2030.
It looks like a dream. However, for me, it is reality.
Behind all of these projects is something most people never see. What's happening behind the scenes?
So behind all this facility, there is very hard work, which is enabling those beauties. However, we are happy to enabling those beauties since day by day we are enabling.
What do foreign companies misunderstand the most about doing business in Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia, I can say that as of today, the biggest opportunity in the world that people should be over here because there is a massive projects, besides there's a vision and everybody willing to change.
From a technology perspective, what infrastructure needs to be built over the next decade to support an event like that?
There is lots of technology behind. Millions of people going to visit Saudi Arabia. For sure, they need accommodation and for sure, they need transportation. And definitely, they need many other facilities to give them a good experience. It's a success, but
I'm so excited to share with you this upcoming interview, one of the first interviews that are going to be hosted here in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh. And I can't wait to share it with you because it's all about bringing the right relationships and bringing the right opportunities and also educating the market about Saudi Arabia and what's about to come. Today we're speaking with Tahir Kaziltish. Did I say it right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, what does Kaziltish actually mean?
You know, it's all about from my family history. The lands that we were having in the backend in the Turkey, it was having lots of redstone. Means Kızıltaş because our lands as having a redstone. That's why we named ourselves as a Kızıltaş.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, Kızıltaş. Yeah, and we are from that land. So that was our, let's say, our own land. So that's why we named ourselves also, you see.
I was really curious about the last name. I was
Yeah.
trying to figure it out because I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
I searched it, but it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's all about, the story that we have in the lands.
Yes.
That's, yeah.
Well, Tahir Kaziltish
Kızıltaş.
is the CEO of Frontline,
Correct.
right? A company working on the technology infrastructure behind many of the environments being built across Saudi Arabia and the GCC area.
Correct.
A lot of people see the mega projects happening here, the stadiums, the new development, the cities, but very few understand what actually has to be built behind these scenes to make those environments functional. But before we talk about all the stuff that's happening in the GCC area, all the cool stuff that's happening, I just want to share, what are the top, the companies that you have worked with?
Actually, thank you very much for the questions. And mostly, we think ourselves with the Vision 2030. So if we look at it deeply for the Vision 2030, they are aiming to change the country, culture, experience, and all this stuff. So from the tourism perspective, also from the support perspective, healthcare perspective. So the mega project that if we am gonna name it, we are working with Vespi, we are working with NEO, we are working with Sadia, we are working with Amada, and as well as we are working with the Minister of Interior, we are working with Minister of Defense and so on. So the mega project that if you want to have a deep conversation,
These are big companies.
Yeah, correct.
To trust
Yes,
a company, to work with a company and build a relationship
correct.
is huge.
It's a huge.
Well, first of all, before we go, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is a big huge for something like that to happen. And I know it's not easy.
It was not easy, but from the far beginning, once we start the conversation that, really Saudi Arabia looking for a people that to grow together. They have this vision and they have this strategy. If you are willing to grow with it, they need you to take responsibility. But if they give you responsibility, they want a result. But once you give them a good result, they will call you again. They will refer you somewhere else because we are talking multiple projects in the kingdom. So if you succeed somewhere, you will succeed somewhere else. And if you have multiple success, for sure it's not by luck, by strategy with hard work and stability and so on. So the success behind, first of all, I'm really thankful Saudi Arabia deal with me equally with any other companies. I was very happy, with the I'timad, with the tenders that they are doing. They are really making very fair tendering, whether you are any nations or you are a small company, big company, whatever your size, based on your size, there's a fair tender. And if you succeed, they will call you again the another tender. So the answer is that it wasn't easy. We carry this responsibility, but the response that they give us this opportunity, and I'm very thankful for it.
MashaAllah. Well, I think that's it's a huge win.
It's a huge thing.
It's a huge win. I'm so excited to where Frontline is going to become, which I'm excited about. Okay, so when people around the world look at Saudi Arabia, transformation, and they often focus on the visible things, as we said in the beginning, the mega projects, the stadiums, and the new cities. Behind those projects, there's a massive layer of technology and infrastructure that most people never see. And this is where Frontline comes in.
Yeah.
From your perspective, based on your experience working with these huge companies and also government, what actually has to be built behind these scenes that make these environments actually work?
You know, like, again, I really like to simplify things and to be in examples. So let's talk about today from the banking services. I'll ask the audience as well. Most of us, we never going back anymore. Mobile bank, transfer, receive, pay. Most of us, we don't carry wallet anymore even, you know, like if your mobile phone with you, you are fine. You can pay, you can order, you can do anything. But once you look at it, the bank services, there's a huge effort behind from the technology perspective. So if you want to enable people and simplify their life, for sure, you need to secure the message. So I never have any problem with my bank services in Saudi Arabia. I never have any issues with that. So everything going very smooth and secure. Like no one hacked my accounts, no attacks, nothing.
Safety.
Safety, huge safety. So this safety you cannot reach without technology. But technology, if you are using and enabling in the right way with the right people, I'll tell you another example. You know, like it's like a statistic. The most Apple users in the world is Saudi Arabia. They use generally Apple iPhones.
I did not know that.
Yeah, this is the most people that they are using in the world, Apple. So if we look at the reason why, you know, from day one I'm using Apple. Also, I tried Android, I failed. Really?
Yeah, I can't. It's hard.
But you really, I cry. Why? Because sometimes because we develop applications, we develop some services. Sometimes we have to understand also Android users.
Of course.
So, although, you know, I am not engineer. However, I try to give my feedback to engineer team, like how was it? So while I was using Android, I understand again why I'm using iPhone. Because iPhone is making the things so simple. Like the interface is simple, things are clear. No, you can deal with it very smoothly. So, but the reaching this level, it's not an easy job. So iPhone is developing this, like here Steve Jobs, his main mission was simplifying the things straightforward, but in a secure way. So Saudi Arabia having the same strategy, saying that the question and answer, there is a lot of hard work to make those facility up and run and adapting people. It's a huge investment, huge effort, time, but there's success. I give you bank examples. So I can give you hospital examples. I can give you insurance examples. I can give you governmental services. Like today we will buy a car. You don't go in the office, sit, tap, tap, finish, by what? You transfer money. I got my money. Everything while we are sitting, even we don't need to see each other.
Yes.
So this is the technology.
Even real estate.
Real estate.
I saw the real estate happen in front of me.
Thank you very much.
Or buying just a piece of property, or transferring a property from this person to the other person.
Full of online.
All online.
Online. As I think that we talk about banking, hospitality, and insurance, and the transferring cars, transferring lands, and so on. The experience is super cool. That's why people adapting it. So I'll give you from another example. Sometimes you buy some technology or you subscribe some technology, main reason that you are not using it because you are not able to adapt yourself. Let's talk about ChatGPT today. Most of us, we are using AI and ChatGPT and some other tools. So, like if you look deeply in the ChatGPT, the experience that we are having, and if you look deeply, the experience that you are having with the mobile, they try to reach the same experience where I wanted to come. So, in our generation, we've seen different type of technology. I seen radio, I seen disc, I seen CD, flash USB, and nowadays cloud. You don't see anything more data going around. But we see a lot of things. But from day one, once we have a mobile, we are texting each other. We are taking the mobile phone, I am sending my messages, and you are receiving, reading, and responding. What ChatGPT did, once they make a product, its AI is huge. We can talk hours, but the experience for the end user, they take mobile phone, they ask what they need, they get the response, and they are happy. That's why adaptation rate is very high, because the people that behind this technology, they follow our behavior. So our behavior is that we are communicating instead of with human, we are communicating with artificial intelligence. The response is the same. So we adapt, but it needs a lot of thought. It needs a mindset to understand the society. So I was having a meeting very recently with the Minister of Health. They showed me their new concept of hospital. It's the first hospital in the world, drive-through hospital. Drive-through. Imagine that.
How does that work?
How it's working. Like once I come to Saudi Arabia first time, I see everyone, they going here in my car. So even, they take their coffee, they go to the bank, ATM, and so on. Everything. If they have a chance to go to home by car, they will go up to their bed. Believe me. So then once ministry, they realized that during the COVID, the success rate was fantastic in Saudi Arabia. Because even during the COVID, if you remember, there was doing a test or vaccination.
Yes.
Right through.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
So then in the back end, they look at the result that they saved a lot of money, a lot of operations go down, and the traffic go down, and so they say that what if we make hospitals as like a drive-through? So you take the car, you go to the hospital, okay, you have your cabin, you stop your car, and doctor waiting you enter, he checked up whatever in the issue, you get the result. If they need specific tests, they will tell you go this time, there. So if you are fine, you will take your medicine and bye-bye. So look at the process. The process adapting the people behavior. Like, okay, our people, they likes to do things by their thought. Let's do the hospital things from this perspective. But reaching this without technology, it's impossible because the experience starting from the entrance, your car plate is registered, the door opening automatically. So you moved on. Then you have a QR code. Someone read it. Yes, you are on time. Then you reach your cabinet. So there is a process behind. Once you are enabling this process with the technology, you are achieving a good result. That's why the answer is that yes, it needs lots of technology requirement. However, it is very well used by Saudi Arabia. This is the most important point that I want to mention, because sometimes we buy technology, we don't adapt or utilize.
No one is using it. You go build and spend a ton of money on the circuit and you don't use it.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it's like you have not really looked at are people willing and able to even use it?
Exactly. The question, are people adapting that or no? So if people are adapting the technology, that means we are producing the right technology. Very recently, one of the technology that I have seen in developers that they were showing me, like they did really amazing thing. Then they asked me like, can you give us a feedback, what you use? And I told them, guys, the idea is amazing, but the experience is very bad. You give me a challenge to understand your technology and then adapt and then get benefit. I will not do those. I will do something if it is simple and making my life easier. Technology is all about to make your life easier. So if you are challenging anyone, with the technology, there is no way someone been going to adapt this technology. Today we use aircraft. Why? We want to save time. We use internet to reaching the information. Before you were going to library, I have that experience. If I need info, believe me, unfortunately our generation a lot of things. So we were going to the library, we were reaching some information. Now it's just ask, search, and get it done. So it's all about saving time, making things quick, and simple and easy. So this is the technology mission. The technology always simplified. Like we talk about AI today, robots. Yeah, what is their purpose? To make our life easier. They make our life more simple. So that's why the most important things that Saudi Arabia adapting very well to choosing the technology and adapting people in a simple way. Yeah, that is the answer.
They're able to know based on data. They're looking at some sort of like the perspective of what the people want
Exactly.
and need so that we're able to enable the people.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So Frontline started over a decade ago, focusing on low current systems. And today, you're delivering technology infrastructure across large projects. What drove that innovation? Like, how did you, from that to this? That's huge transformations over the last 10 years.
So remember once we start the conversation, I said that Saudi Arabia growing rapidly at very fast way. So as long as you adapt this movement, and for sure you will catch many other opportunity. So that's correct. Like Frontline founded 2014 as a local company. They were providing, the structure cables and, some IT equipment as well, supply and deliver. But once I did acquisition 2021, once I become the CEO, I integrate and enable Frontline from different perspective. So I enable more technology, audio, video, and the infrastructure services and so on. So if we look the history of the Frontline from 2014 until 2021, it's like you can say that a local, low current company basically. But today we are doing turnkey project. We are modernizing your offices. We are modernizing your workplaces, as well as from the hotel perspective, airport perspective, hospital perspective. So we touch everything around technology. But the answer is that it started once I become a CEO. Like I'm CEO of Frontline last 3 years. After I do acquisition. So and I change full environment and the company strategy, the product portfolio, relations with the vendors and the end user. So this is how we reach. We start with 6 people. Today we are 37 people.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, like 231 people increased as employees as well as clients and.
So he says he did an acquisition. A few acquisitions?
Correct. Actually, no. I have now the company is become Turkish company. So I did it was Saudi company. Now it's a separate investment company.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
So there's that's a transition.
Yes, that's the transition. The company has been changed because the idea behind that Frontline was a good name that has a good repo in the market. However, it was very small scales. Like as I say, it was like a company that dealing with the small services and so on. Okay. But we changed entirely because either, in Saudi Arabia, based on regulation, if you want to found a company, there is an only way that you have to do acquisition. Like you have a branch around the world, 3 branch out of the kingdom that you can come in and do another branch in Saudi Arabia. But recently they changed it again. Now you can open, but at that time you have to do acquisition. You have to do a partnership with the local company. That time they were encouraging, they are giving opportunity to people that they are based in Saudi. They work for a while, flip them to get benefit out of this. Yeah.
Okay. You said that Saudi Arabia gave you an opportunity.
Yeah,
to build and scale this company.
exactly.
What has the journey been like as a leader coming from Turkey and building in Saudi Arabia? Like, it's like, I want to know the hero's journey. What does it look like?
I would love to give my a bit of background, like my family background. My father a teacher. Actually, his father was a teacher also.
What kind of teacher?
My father was teaching a French language. He was a teacher for a French language. However, he worked for the government different roles, not only teacher but also as a manager as well. But his father was teacher also, and my grandfather also was a teacher. So um, I am not coming as a trader family, like our family. They are very simple. They got salary, they spend, and then they wait the next salary. So I was an employee also because like if you don't have a strong background from the financial perspective, it's not that easy to take a risk and become an entrepreneur. So again, also I wasn't engineer, and somehow I started the technology company. My story started as a communication company. I was a sales and marketing guy. Once happened, I come to Saudi Arabia as visiting one of their client at the company that I was working, and I was very happy, as I mentioned, from the hospitality, from the services, and so on. And I asked my company, like, do you want me to stay a little bit more over here to explore and to understand the market? The company was having a Dubai branch and Turkey branch and Saudi Arabia. They are trying to enter. So they give me chance 7 months. I was the best sales for my region within this 7 months. Actually, I implemented Turkey also in a good way. That's why they give me a chance to come to Saudi Arabia. Once I become the best sales guy, they had an celebration in Portuguese. So they called me. I go there, and I am going to get award. I got my award, and like thousands of people, or you are the best, and so on. Then my boss called me. He said, "Tahir, I really appreciate that effort you done, but you got fired." Yes, that's how story started. My boss, I really respect him a lot. The good story behind that, my manager, my boss, he worked for Frontline. After I established Frontline, I let it grow up. He's from France. He worked for our company as a chief strategy officer. Imagine we were working in a company for a while, then we worked for other company together. I was and he was an employee that company. So we joined together our hands in Frontline. So they fired me because they sold the company. The investor come in. We were about 2,000 employee, and there was a strategy behind to selling this company. And every entrepreneur have this belief. And once the new investor comes, they say that we want to hand over your work. We have already another technology company. Let's hand over your work to that technology company, and the employee, whether they will go to US or Europe or whatever. So they shut down the region because the GCC included Turkey. They have their already offices and branch, and the employee that they have, they wanted to either merge or they want to pull and to distribute the other region. He said, "This is the fact, and congrats, you are the best. And but I am giving you a chance because if I fire you, you will get a good, head of services and so on. But at the end, I would love to continue with you whether you come here or you quit." So it was not an easy decision, of course. It was not an easy decision. And I said, okay, I want to quit, but I will continue with Saudi Arabia. What I'm asking from you, just give me another 6 months that I can survive by myself in Saudi Arabia. I wanted to try. This is how story started. So yeah,
This is the journey.
this is the journey. So and I started with my own. So I was a single gentleman. I was trying to get any type of opportunity. I worked also here in Saudi Arabia as an employee of other company, and thanks to them, I got a good experience from them, local experience from them. But between me and myself, I was always having an entrepreneur mindset. I want to launch because, if you have your dream, whether you will convince someone to do it together or you will do yourself to convince people to join to you. So there is no any other way. I was having some dreams. So I start by my own. And, also the country was welcoming me. They were giving me chances. Finally, I reached a good level. Because I was providing collaboration services. Remember, during the COVID, many of us, we needed like online meetings. My mom was using Zoom. Right? So everybody using Zoom, Teams, and so on. And my expertise over there, like I am expert from the audiovisual and collaboration, like having a meeting room, smooth, having a conversation, and so on. And at that time, luckily, everybody need me, ups and downs. So it helps me a lot. But strategizing this, converting to other business, this is where entrepreneur success started. Like, after a while, people quickly understand teams and of course the others. Before they were needed people like us. We should to go enable them, let them invest and so on. But now simple online buy and use mobile, whatever. So, but I used the chance that time. I convert business from the other direction. So I said, you have a video conference, but would you like to have in a secure way? You have a conference, but would you like to reduce your bandwidth? Because there is lots of, once you use Zoom, you are used as a bandwidth. So, and also I ask us like a right question, simplify their, let's say, problems and giving the good experience. So at the end, it gave me another opportunity, opening the infrastructure division, opening the IT division, as well as other components like screens and speakers and stadium stuff. Because I start from the meeting room, I make it bigger. So I make it modern workplace. After modern workplace, I make it probably organization.
You kind of like upgraded the process. Exactly. And that's kind of like your hero's journey.
Exactly. Around 3 years we are talking about.
Yeah. This is how long ago is this?
3 years. 3 years we reached this. Yeah.
This is an important point. This is where we're going. So 3 years.
Yeah. That's all success story, 3 years. But I would love to give it to this feedback for the young people. I really work hard. Everybody says that.
Okay, so define work hard, because I think work hard means a lot for different people because, it's a different perspective. So I want to define work hard for me.
Until today, I am always very, let's say, connected with my team. We have different type of categories. Like we have senior people, junior people, semi-senior people, that's all. Any salesperson, once he jump in your company, they come with his wish and his dream. And of course, he has to sell his wish internally and externally. But at the same time, they have to recharge from their management. So they need to understand what I am not doing enough, that I am not reaching my goal. So all of us, we have this challenges, right? Like sometimes you want to lose kilos, sometimes you want to use the less mobile phone. Always we have a target or something stopping us. I always respond people that as long as if you decide something and if you convince yourself, then don't worry, result will come. But consistently, like you have to be really focused in the same target and continuously. So the answer is the hard work is, first of all, you have to focus in the right place and you have to try good enough. And the most important thing, as I said at the beginning, decide and convince yourself. This is the methodology according to me.
Yes, and which is interesting because within 3 years, that's speed.
Yeah,
that is quick.
Yes.
In a short sentence, what got you for in 3 years to working with all these different companies? And because I know that you guys are not just in Saudi, because in different markets.
Different market, like we led to
and this market, coming to this market and expanding within 3 years.
What is the
What is the secret? Yeah. Um, I can, I can, I cannot say only there is, like that quick or that easy, but I can give my secret. If you enjoy what you do, it doesn't become your work anymore. It's the idea that you are enjoying it. So if I bored once, let's say from what I am doing, I will not hesitate to quit. So I will quit. I will bring some other CEO, let him run and do something else. Because until now I am enjoying with the team, with the environment, with the experience. So enjoyment. This is the most important.
One of our first conversations that we had, I think we talked about oral, the auras, right?
Yes.
And I think it has to do with a lot of your energy and your excitement, like you said.
Exactly. I totally agree with you.
Because if your aura is not on and you're not excited and you're just looking to make a quick return on investment, people are going to feel it.
Definitely. Absolutely correct.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that. Now talking about the Saudi market, the reality about the Saudi market. From your perspective, what has changed most in Saudi Arabia business environment over the last 5 years? What really changed? Maybe top a few things that you.
So being an expat in Saudi Arabia, it gives you an angle from different perspective. Like I have lots of Saudi friends. Sometimes they are sharing with me their experience. But once I'm sharing with them, they are also surprising. The most changed, actually, according to me, the social life. It has been changed a lot. The type of meetings earlier, you were having a different type of cultures. Like sometimes you meet with people in Middle East, Istira'ab. Instead of it's go to like very well dinner, like coffee shops and like some nice let's say environment. So earlier I remember like once I came 2018, 19 the first time, the restaurant, there was lots of restriction, there is family power, there is this and that. Those change big time. And most of the people, once they are coming, they see, like, come on, everything is fantastic good. But this change happened same how I grow. Like things change very quickly and very rapidly. I would say the social life change very right. Other than that, also rules and regulation change for sure.
Of course.
Yeah, like like ladies become more integrated with the social life and the work experience. Like earlier, I believe they were not able to drive car. Now they are more enabled. Again, thanks to Kingdom, thanks to leaders today, we are enabling and empowering the ladies. And of course, it affects the food of environments. Like now, we have lots of colleagues. They are different nations, but equally, like we have man, we have ladies. So ladies bringing different experience and different atmosphere. So I can say that like culture also changed. So business cultures changed the big time. Yeah. So, but all the changes is positive. If you look at the changes today, you can see the result. Everybody happier. We are having. See, I want to mention something. Like if you look at our logo, Frontline, I was giving like 3 weeks ago, we changed our logo, and I was giving speech that we have a blue and orange color. Before it was pure blue logo.
Okay.
And people ask me like what's the behind the science, like why you change it? And I give my wish to the designer and he promoted. Once I established Frontline, I was having only hope. I am hoping that we achieve something, and it was sympathetic and simple, had something look. So then I understand that the hope that I have, everybody has. Everybody has. Everybody want to be successful, especially Saudi Arabia people having a hope for the long journey, like they are willing to reach 2030. Now there is 2034, and there's a big hope. And if you look at the logo behind, there is blue, gives you impression that we have hope.
Yes.
But don't forget, we are in the middle of desert. This is orange. We are in an orange country. With our hope, we will push that extent. It will be green, it will be blue, it will be whatever. Until that time that we will reach, we will have orange, but our hope behind. So we have hope in the middle of the desert. So yeah, study via yeah.
That is really cool. That is really cool. Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's really exciting. Well, thank you for sharing your perspective. And based on that perspective, international companies that,
in this market in Saudi Arabia, like basically the Saudi market, what is it? What do they misunderstand about it?
what's the main, like that you hear expat or people from outside? Oh, no, I don't want to come to Saudi.
Okay.
What is this misunderstanding? Because some people that, you might hang out with like, no, I don't, why should I come to Saudi?
Yeah. I have many conversations around the same topics. Like people nowadays, I can say that most of the people would love to come to Saudi Arabia. But let's talk about a small percentage that they don't want it. I am guaranteeing the most of the people want to come to Saudi Arabia. But there is, as you say, because they are not understanding well.
There's a misunderstanding or the narrative. It's like, or the story that is coming from media is changing the narrative for them to think different.
Exactly. As an expand, I can say that mostly they are thinking the lifestyle that they have. Recently, for example, one of my friends, she got an offer. She need to come to Saudi Arabia, but she just confused that, like from the wearing perspective, like what should I wear? Because I don't put hijab and those things as an example.
Okay, she's not covered up, or
She like yes. And she's thinking that she has to do that.
she has to cover up the whole thing.
She's thinking like that. I said that, come on, you never watch the media, you never see the social life. Come on, you famous people coming. Jennifer Lopez had a concert over. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and so she said that I hear that, but I hear that out also still in the official workplaces I have to cover up. I said not at all. There is no any rules and regulations, not officially announced yet. However, there is no one going to push you or force you to change your laws. Put this, don't do. Of course, there is nothing just like that. Everybody free, do whatever you want, respect the culture. Definitely respect the culture. See, every country having a culture. So once you go there, you have to respect. Like imagine you go India. India has his own, let's say, clothes. Like somehow some things is not, let's say, familiar for you, but you have to respect. If you go to, let's say, in Europe, if you go to in America, if you go to China, every country has his own circumstances. You have to respect. But definitely, Saudi Arabia, the respect is mutual. As long as you respect to people here, they will respect to you. That's the answer I give. Then she said, make it short. Can I be it because I want? I said, yes. Yeah. I said, yes, you can. But of course, you don't need to disturb the society for sure. You have to be respectful.
Yes.
In a nice way and so on. And I'm really happy it's very good point that I'm really happy also the respect and limit that Saudi Arabia has. For example, ladies are very modern and the men as well, but they really care their culture. Like you have a mashallah very good clothes and some other Saudi friends around us, they have the top and so on. According to me, it looks very beautiful. But where I respect most, they really stay as they are. As an example, they go to Europe for a meeting, they go to US, whatever, they stay wearing as they are. This is something very respectful. And this is something I'm really respecting. From the ladies' side as well. They have a type of hijab. Wherever they go, in a style way, they carry it out in a very beautiful way. They don't adapt themselves according to countries. No.
That's such a good point.
Such a good point.
So they have the integrity.
Exactly. They have the integrity.
They don't let others or the other narratives to...
Exactly. But the best things also, they respect and they welcome the other cultures. Like let's say if you are coming from Europe or Turkey or wherever, so whatever your style, they respect and they are fine with that. But this is Saudi style. So you should to respect their style. So the answer is that people does not understand very well the cultural response from the regional wise. However, it's like the one of the best flexible country that you can come and you can adapt it quickly, like from each and every angle. But this point, they have to understand, like, country is welcoming everybody.
Okay, it's a really good point. So thank you for sharing that, because I think a few people need to really understand that. And also, based on your company works with international partners,
Right, exactly.
and operates across multiple markets. And
From your perspective, how is Saudi Arabia becoming a hub of global collaboration with international companies? Because I could see like there's a dozen of companies. There's a lot.
Again, it's like very strategic and strong strategy behind. Like today, Saudi Arabia, they are really caring made in Saudi product, right? All of us, we are hearing out made in Saudi, made in Saudi, made in Saudi. So imagine, of the technology partner you are, you should to come and do production over here in Saudi Arabia. If you did not do, your product not eligible for the government technology. Okay, then it means that you have to open your factory. If you are a service company, you have offices out of Saudi Arabia, you must come like Microsoft, like Google, like Amazon, open your headquarters. Not only your office, open your headquarters for this big global companies has to be here, and they have to open their big quarter. Like we are seeing all the way like CAF. That's why they developed CAF. CAF
potentially, yeah, so
come and make your hub. Imagine that I'm hearing out that if you landing in Riyadh airport, you don't have visa, you can go directly to Kaft with the metro, and you can directly do whatever you want. So the idea behind all the way they want to make the Saudi Arabia hub, it's because huge country, you come, you do your work, go to Red Sea, go to Al Ula, go to the Riyadh, enjoy, go make your Umrah. Not come only work. Some other country that no need to mention, but some other country you go just for work, a little bit fun around, but the experience is the same.
Yeah.
And you have the fun, the type of fun is the same. But I was in the Riyadh, amazing experience. I was in the Red Sea, amazing experience. So imagine you come, you did your work, and you had a very good experience from the enjoyment perspective, and you left. So that gives you a chance to make a hub, because at the end we are Muslim, and we have an opportunity to come to make an Umrah, and come to visit the horse. These are also very huge opportunity for us to visit Saudi Arabia. And also, if we are able to do business, so to invite, please what? So that's
You have talked about producing solutions in Saudi Arabia and eventually exporting them internationally.
What would need to actually happen for Saudi built technology solutions to become a global exports?
Yeah, exactly. So that's the roadmap actually. Like, all the way while we are developing Saudi Arabia all together, we are experiencing it many things. So imagine Frontline, a company in Saudi Arabia. I don't want to name it. However, one of the biggest company, we provided some services over here. They call our services from Saudi to USA. Imagine that. Because the experience that they had with us and the price that they had with us, they say that you are fantastic. So the same technology and experience is costing us triple. We will bear your cost, will bear your everything, just come to US and implement for us. And so that time we implement for the big training center we wanted to have in USA. So that time I mentioned this each and every platform. So today we are selling petrol across the world. Like Saudi Arabia is very good source of the petrol. However, changing that strategy, now we are in hotels, workplaces, metro, and so on. It will make us very strong project managers. All of us, we can go any other world. We can manage big, mega project because we have tons of ideas. Of course, similarly, we will have lots of experience about technology, about development, and so on. So this is my actually explanation to you that Saudi Arabia having that much massive experience.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, for where it was and where it's going,
Exactly.
it's a huge improvement.
Exactly. Like for example, if I am going to build a data center in Turkey, or if someone wanted to
build a data center in any other world.
Yes.
Believe me, I would say try to discuss with Saudi, because the Saudi people, every of them, they know each and every details about how to build a good data center. If you want to build a mobile application, go back to Saudi Arabia. Or if you want to invest in a technology company, ask the Saudi people.
Yes.
Believe me,
All the time.
he is right.
All the time.
Yeah. So they are becoming expert day by day. So before they were trader, now they are producer. They were producing already some products, but now they want to make their cola from tamar.
Exactly. Yes.
They are making their own product, perfumes. Like many of your perfumes is the best in the world. Like if you are having a details, if you look at it. So that's where I would reach. Like Saudi Arabia would be one of the best, let's say, country to exporting all the items across the world.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. You know, one of the things I was like, when we're discussing this conversation is talking about the technology behind the mega projects. We talked about this before in a different conversation. When people see the stadiums and airports, all the stuff that they're being built,
They see the physical structure, but behind that is an entire digital and technology layer. What kind of system actually powers these environments?
So I would love to speak about, let's talk about like physical security.
okay,
So
environment.
environment, like food, like once we are talking about physical security from the technology perspective, you have to look at it, it's like a kind of ecosystem. So say that you have a good compound, okay, or you have a stadium, you have a hospital, and so on. The experience starting the day or the minute that I enter your territory, right? So I am inside your territory. Whether I'm a safe, whether I'm client, whether I'm employee and whatever. So the idea should be behind how I am controlling this with the less manpower, but most accurate information, and keep this data for the future. So like stadium, once you are entering with the QR code, the people looking to you, they know from which country you are, how old are you, like all information in front of him. So you are secure, you come here. Your car once entered the parking system, your car is registered and so on. So at the same time, you record. Then if there is something happen, you can go back and you can check and to see all the stuff. If you have implemented AI, if there is anything danger, AI will catch and capture, will give it to you alert. So you will look at the big screen, you will see someone, he's trying to do something, focus and take, remove this the risk. So all these are experience. So once you are implementing this technology in the right way, yes, the experience will be fantastic and people will be happy. If you did not have it, so I can tell you that most of the regional wise, like if you are talking about organization, as I said, the Hajj and Umrah, the biggest organization officially, the biggest organization in the world, official, the biggest one. So how you are controlling, how you are securing people, how you are forecasting. So I implement Hajj Kairos Center. Imagine a command and control center. You are watching all the things, how it's happening from far away from Mecca. So people are watching it 3 angled and 724 and each and every details.
How many people are we talking about? What's the date on that?
So we are talking about accessing the full single physical security bonus like CCTVs. And remember once upon a time, even while we are entering Hajj, you have to do registration. First, even the Medina, until now, they are keeping some regulation because they see that this is very easy and adaptable and people are more safety. So that's why the technology part, Saudi Arabia are using in a very good way. And we as a Frontline, we are trying our best also to deliver this technology in a successful way because I was saying someone today, buying a technology is an idea and a decision, but bringing in the technology in the right way is the most important thing. Otherwise, you will waste your time, that you will regret, you will waste your money, and you will really invest for your wish because if you are investing something, that means you need it. So after you invested in the right way, alhamdulillah, you will save that. But in the wrong way,
You will waste your time, you will waste your money, and also, of course, you will waste your business cards to this. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's quite of a interesting transition, I think. Okay. Well, the challenges, the specifically challenges we talked about before.
Building infrastructure at scale sounds exciting, but also extremely complex.
What are the biggest challenges delivering these big projects that when you get to do these big projects in Saudi? Because what is the gap? Is it talent? Is it,
Mostly time. Mostly time. Yeah. Everything I have a look up. Saudi Arabia, everything they did it yesterday.
that is a good point for the audience to actually know that.
Yeah.
Because I think that's something that is not well.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's a challenge because once you are, during the project, till you get the project, everything is fine. But once you get the project, the first question, when you give timeline, you give project, but that doesn't matter. They did now. So most of the time, everybody in a rush. There's lots of project, there's a deadlines and so on. So this is the challenge, usually I will say, because there's a production time, there's a delivery time, there's logistics issues. However, client doesn't have this patience. I would love to warn in this point, and I would love to highlight, you have to be flexible enough. You have to understanding good enough your client that you will provide the services in a good way, because the patience of the delivery, it's not that. Yes, Saudi Arabia or the organization is same. They want everything very quick. If you are really giving them that services in a quick way, absolutely, even you are a little bit expensive, they will go with you, because you say instead of let's say 10 days, I would deliver 3 days. Maybe I'm more expensive. They would say, let's go with you.
Speed. I'll pay for it.
Exactly.
That's a good point. Thank you. That's a really good point. Vision 2030, World Cup 2034, and the Expo. Saudi Arabia is preparing for the major global milestone like the Expo 2030, the 2034 World Cup, from technology, infrastructure.
What kind of systems and capabilities need to be built over the next decade to support events like this at a scale?
Actually, like all those mega projects, once you are looking at the purpose that bringing people in Saudi Arabia, right? Like World Cup to pulling people here, Expo pulling people here, entertainment pulling people, sports, everything around that. So the Saudi vision, they would love to putting people over here. So then Saudi Arabia having this mission, and inshallah they will achieve. But there is a challenge. There is, as of today, there's a huge traffic challenge. You both living in Riyadh, and I am sure I'm sure you are having a big challenges. So how you can enhance traffic in a short time? As long as if you are using technology in a good way, you can enhance and you can little bit increase the experience. So one thing means transportation. Maybe on the other hand, accommodation day by day becoming challenges people who is living there, because there's a huge demand and there is not enough space to to keeping people in a good way. So definitely all the challenge going to be space, like park management system, like you are not able to park your car in a proper way because there's a big demand. People are coming to Riyadh and so on. This is gonna be challenge. However, I am believing that technology will be part of this challenge. Inshallah, with the technology, we are talking all the way, the main purpose of technology to making life easier. So if you look from that perspective, the technology companies and the government itself, they are going to eliminate, like sometimes government says work from home. How? With technology. Maybe, they will say instead of those sectors going to the office, you can go this and that day from home. So because you have full facility, so that will reduce the people around there, So with this type of strategic touch and with full infrastructure, because to doing that, you have to have your infrastructure, of course. So there is where keep them pushing to reach this level. So I am pretty sure very soon, most of the, the employee,
they will have this, benefit to, instead of going back and forth to the office, work from home. Really is, yeah, yeah. So this is really what, like insurance company, where is the point to coming to the office? Like, some other like legal, like psycholog, from some hospital services. So they are easily able to work and they are able to like customer care. Of course, instead of going to the some offices, work from home.
Much easier.
Much easier for the either way.
What about the productivity from that? Working from home, some people say, great. Maybe some people are responsible to put things together, have their office and help be focused, but kids, this, that.
Maybe some
people.
yes, definitely there should be a strategy behind.
Yeah.
So like you can give this, ability like weekly 2 times, and you can make this balance and reduce traffic, reduce people around the.
And it's
So like this direction, and if you facilitate them, also things will move on.
yeah. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate, again, you're getting so many great, great perspectives that actually make a difference for people who understand what is happening in Saudi, because you're coming from outside.
Yeah.
And this is not too long ago. It's 30 years.
Yeah.
Which, your story and where you're going and what you have done is just, it's getting, again, like you said.
Oh,
This is the main 100%. Yes.
When people look at Saudi Arabia 10 years from now, what kind of technology environment do you think people will experience that doesn't exist today?
Like 10 years from now, what do you think is going to come up?
I am sure like most of the transportations will be autonomous. Like will not have, I'm sorry to think that, but we will not have that drivers anymore. No drivers say, hey, they might lose their job. And other than that, actually, I am pretty sure that, all of us, we are using delivery, right?
Yes.
Super nice. Like,
Easy.
I am really respecting those guys. They are delivering all the way foods and beverage and so on. I think it will be autonomous also. Like you will order some type of drones and whatever, he will go and deliver it.
I see them sometimes in Los Angeles, also in LA, California. They have these little boxes that it's like a drive.
They are progressing, and I am sure that very soon it will be in Saudi Arabia, and they would regulate, and it will be, next 10 years we will be seeing that. And apart from that, like we love coffee, all the area coffee. So once we go to any coffee shop, like there is people serving you and so on. I am pretty sure that also, I have seen already, the barista will be robots. Like it will serve you and he will know your, taste and so on. Like from the hospitality perspective, the receptions will be, robots. And also in the hotel, inside your room, the robots going to clean up and make us your rooms and so on. This is the things that I can see from now next 10 years. Yeah.
100%. I do see that. What is one thing you wish every international company understood before trying to enter the Saudi market? What do you wish them to understand before coming to this market?
I am really keen to give this advice to any entrepreneur and businessman who would love to come to Saudi Arabia. Don't be opportunist. Come Saudi Arabia, bring your value and settle yourself and move with them, grow with them and grow together. That's my actually message for today. So come to Saudi Arabia with one main purpose. We come to grow together. That's the idea.
I love that. Fire, we had a great conversation, man. I really appreciate
that.
Absolutely, man. There's so many points that I can't wait to rewatch this and actually understand it better, because there's points that I didn't know as a Saudi, because I lived in the States for a long time, and it is educational for me. So thank you for sharing that.
I appreciate that.
And
thank you for your time.
Absolutely. And based on that, what do you want the audience to know? Anything you want them to know about the company, about you, about Saudi.
Okay.
What would you like to share to the audience?
Okay. The name that company, if you look at it, we are Frontline. We are always Frontline. We are step ahead. So we are in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia transforming And each and every day we are transforming, we are learning together, growing together, and moving forward to the future. We have hope, we have wish, we have good enough power, reach to the point.
Thank you so much for watching the perspectives of a leader, and I hope you watch the new perspectives to come.